Listen up and listen close. Debt isn't just a simple number on a screen, it is a living parasite. If you don't take absolute control today, it will control every second of your future. The banks are betting on your silence. They want you trapped in a perpetual cycle of minimum payments because that is their primary profit, but it is your personal financial prison. Take a look at these interest rates. 30%, 40%. This isn't just a standard loan anymore, it's a full-scale emergency. We are initiating a surgical strike on this high-interest cancer right now. Mathematics has no room for your emotions. It doesn't care about your stress level or your excuses. It only recognizes the cold, hard formula. Follow the logic, and the formula leads to freedom. Stop, take a deep breath, and look at the world around you. True financial peace always starts with a single, logical decision to stop the bleeding and protect what is rightfully yours. Forget about the total balance for just one moment. Focus entirely on the velocity of your payments. In this game, speed is your greatest weapon and your only way out of the trap. Every single dollar you pay above the minimum requirement is a soldier fighting for your future self. Stop wasting your best soldiers on useless expenses that provide zero long-term value. The snowball method might make your heart feel better, but the avalanche method is what satisfies the brain. In this house, we use logic and math to crush debt as fast as humanly possible. Credit cards are sharp tools, but in untrained hands, they quickly become heavy shackles. If you cannot master the tool, you must have the discipline to put it down before it destroys you. Sometimes you have to step away from the board to truly see the entire landscape. Financial safety is never an accident. It is built on a solid foundation of relentless, daily discipline. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world when you are earning it, but it's a total nightmare when you owe it. It's time to flip the switch and reverse the flow. Your monthly income is the most powerful wealth-building tool you possess. Stop giving it all away to massive corporations that already have far more of your hard-earned money than they deserve. The math is incredibly simple. If you reduce the principal, you reduce the interest, which directly increases your freedom. Don't let anyone complicate a process that is already perfectly clear. Most people fail because they quit the moment the process becomes boring. Debt recovery is a long marathon of discipline, not a lucky sprint. You must stay consistent to cross the finish line. True peace of mind is the ultimate luxury in this modern world. You cannot buy it in a store, but you can certainly earn it by clearing the path ahead of you today. Logic must always sit above emotion. When the bills start to pile up, do not panic. Analyze the data, group the threats, and attack the most expensive interest rate with everything you have. High-interest debt is like a fire burning in your basement. You don't spend time decorating the living room while the foundation is literally on fire. Put out the flame first, then rebuild. Automate your financial attacks immediately. Never trust your memory when you can trust a proven system. A system never gets tired, never makes excuses, and never forgets the ultimate goal of freedom. Look at the spread on this board. If we cut the waste here, we can significantly accelerate the recovery over there. It is a game of inches that eventually leads to miles of progress. Financial stability isn't a final destination. It is a daily practice. Every time you choose logic over impulse, you are building a massive wall to protect your family from future chaos. The biggest lie you've been told is that you need more money to fix your debt. You don't need a raise. You need a much better plan for the money you already have. I have seen it all in my time. The winners are always the ones who stop making excuses and start making aggressive payments. Let's stop talking and get to the real work. Focus is everything. If you try to hit 10 different targets at once, you will hit none of them. Pick the highest interest rate, aim with precision, and fire every dollar you have. Efficiency is the fundamental difference between a 5-year struggle and a 2-year victory. We are not interested in struggling. We are here to execute the fastest path to a total win. Listen to that silence. That is exactly what financial freedom sounds like. No collectors calling, no urgent alerts, just the peace of knowing you own your life and everything in it. Numbers are incapable of lying, but banks do it every single day. They tell you your debt is manageable. Logic tells you it's a trap. Always trust the math over the marketing. Every single fee you pay to a bank is a direct theft from your future wealth. Stop paying for the privilege of being in debt. It's time to keep your money for yourself. The strategy here is crystal clear. Yeru, consolidate our logic and isolate the specific problem. Once the debt is isolated and exposed on this board, it has absolutely nowhere left to hide. Discipline is simply the act of choosing what you want most over what you want right now. You want freedom more than that temporary purchase. Never forget your why during the process. Reliability is built through consistent, repeated action. Just like this station requires maintenance, your personal finances need a strict protocol to handle emergencies without falling back into the debt trap. Real wealth is measured by what you keep, not by what you spend. If you are spending your future income today, you are literally stealing from the older version of yourself. Never be afraid of the numbers on the board. You should only be afraid of being ignorant of them. Total awareness is always the very first step of a successful financial revolution. We aren't just paying off digital balances, we are systematically buying back your time. Time is the only currency in this world that you can never print more of. Use it wisely. Look at the current trajectory of this graph. If we maintain this level of pressure, the debt will collapse completely by next year. Do not get distracted now, stay the course. A solid financial structure requires a blueprint. There are absolutely no shortcuts to a debt-free life, only clear pathways that require your focus and your willingness to follow the plan. Emotions lead to impulse buys that you will regret later. Logic leads to a rising net worth that you will appreciate forever. Train your brain to see the math behind every deal. Your interest rate is the high price you pay for being impatient. Decide today to pay that price in full so that you can truly own your life and your time tomorrow. We are going to treat your life like a high-performance business. Revenue must go up, expenses must go down, and debt must be eliminated. It isn't personal, it's just professional management. A strict budget isn't a set of restrictions. It is actually a form of permission. It gives you the freedom to spend on the things that actually matter for your long-term success. Real clarity comes from radical simplicity. Focus all of your energy on the core mission. Protect your existing assets and aggressively destroy every single one of your liabilities until they are gone. Every financial decision you make today will have a massive ripple effect on your future. Make sure your ripples are building a solid shore, not creating an endless ocean of new debt. You don't need a miracle or a lottery win to be free. You simply need a calculator, a plan, and a spine. Stand up to your debts today and watch them shrink. In finance, precision matters more than you think. A few percentage points might seem small today, but over 10 years, they determine whether you own your home or the bank does. Stop comparing your life to people on social media who are likely drowning in debt behind the scenes. Compare your current self to the person you will become once you are free. The sun sets on every debt eventually, but only if you keep walking toward the light of logic. Don't stop now. The darkness of interest is finally beginning to fade away. Capitalism works perfectly for those who understand how it functions. If you don't understand how interest works, you will spend your entire life working for it instead of it working for you. It is time to identify every single leak in your boat. If you are sinking, you don't need a bigger engine. You need to plug the holes and stop the water from entering. Wealth truly begins the very second you decide that your personal freedom is worth significantly more than your temporary toys. Let's stop playing games and start building a real legacy. The data is right here in front of us. The path to a zero balance is perfectly visible. All that is left for you to do is take that first difficult step. Security is a deep feeling of confidence you get when you know the math is finally on your side. Trust this process, follow the steps, and you will find your peace. Inflation will eat your cash, but debt will slowly eat your soul. Protect both of them by moving your money into productive assets as fast as you possibly can. Small wins always lead to massive victories. Pay off your smallest credit card balance today just to prove to yourself that you are capable of winning this fight against the banks. Winning at finance is about saying no to 1,000 distractions so that you can say a massive yes to the one thing that truly matters, your total and absolute independence. Do not wait for a better time to start. The best time to fix your finances was 10 years ago. The second best time is right this second. Take action now. Look toward the horizon. A life without debt is a life without artificial limits. That reality is much closer than you think, but only if you remain completely focused on the plan. The bank is not your friend, and the credit card company is certainly not your partner. I am your coach, and we are here to win this game once and for all. Knowledge without immediate action is just useless trivia. You understand the math now. You see the board. It is time to execute the payments and change your life forever. Complexity is almost always the enemy of successful execution. We keep the plan simple and the targets clear so that we can keep your discipline high and your stress low. Your future self is either going to thank you or curse you for what you decide to do with your money today. Choose wisely, because your future depends on this moment. The trail is clear, the sun is finally shining, and the debt is gone. This freedom is the ultimate reward for your logic and your hard labor. You earned this peace. Do not be distracted by the constant noise of the market. The math is the only signal that truly matters. Every single cent you direct toward the principal is a step toward total control. Debt is a heavy, rusted anchor in the middle of a storm. If you ever want your ship to move forward, you have to cut the line. Start by attacking the heaviest link first. Look at these figures carefully. If we optimize the cash flow in this area, the interest bleed stops over there. This is a matter of surgical precision, not just brute force effort. Most people spend money they haven't yet earned to buy things they don't even need to impress people they don't even like. Break that cycle today. Choose logic over social pressure. Take a quiet moment for yourself. Financial freedom isn't just about a high bank balance. It's about the quality of the air in your lungs and the absolute peace in your mind. The stock market will always fluctuate, but your high-interest debt is a guaranteed negative return on your life. Eliminate the debt first, and you have already won the most important investment game. Think of your monthly income as a flowing stream. Right now, that water is being diverted into the bank's reservoir. Let's redirect that flow back to nourish your own family's land. True efficiency isn't about working more hours. It's about making your money work smarter for you. A structured, aggressive repayment plan is the smartest move you will ever make in your life. Every high-interest statement you receive in the mail is a direct challenge to your intelligence. Answer that challenge today with a calculated, cold, and aggressive response that ends their profit. Maintaining integrity in your finances creates permanent stability in your daily life. Be brutally honest with these numbers, and eventually, these numbers will provide the keys to your absolute freedom. Compounding works both ways in this world. Right now, it's working against you like a rising tide. We are going to build a massive dam and reverse that pressure starting right now. Stop thinking about your life in terms of monthly payments and start thinking about total cost. The monthly payment is just the bait. The total lifetime interest is the sharp hook. The whiteboard doesn't lie to you. The trajectory shows that with just a 10% increase in your focus, you can shave entire years off your financial sentence. Let's do it. Victories are won in the dark, in those quiet, boring moments when you choose to save rather than spend. Your public success tomorrow is just the inevitable result of your private discipline today. Silence all the alarms. When the debt is finally gone, the entire world looks different. It starts to look like a field of opportunity rather than a series of heavy, exhausting obligations. Financial leverage is a double-edged sword. If you are using it to fund a lifestyle you can't afford, you are cutting yourself. Use leverage for assets or do not use it. You must audit your habits with total honesty. If you cannot account for exactly where your money goes every day, you will never be able to tell it where it needs to stay. We treat high interest like a deadly toxin. We identify the source of the infection, we isolate the area, and we neutralize it immediately with aggressive capital and extreme financial discipline. True wealth is the ability to fully experience your life on your own terms. Debt is a thief that steals those experiences from you before you even have the chance to enjoy them. A solid foundation requires constant maintenance. Is no different. You must stay vigilant, stay logical, and stay free from the influence of those who want your interest. Look at the spread between your total income and your necessary expenses. That gap is your freedom. Our primary goal is to make that gap as wide as humanly possible very quickly. It is very easy to get overwhelmed by the size of the mountain. Do not look at the summit today. Just focus on taking the next logical, calculated step right in front of you. The bank is selling you convenience, but they are charging you in units of your freedom. Is that extra purchase really worth another month of your life stuck in a cold office? Financial strategy is the difficult art of sacrifice. You give up the temporary, fleeting pleasure of a purchase for the permanent, life-changing power of owning your own assets and your time. Rest easy tonight. When your finances are under your absolute control, your sleep becomes much deeper. You aren't running away from a scary future. You are actively building a magnificent one. The data is clear. Those who actively track their net worth are the ones who grow their net worth. If you don't measure it, you simply cannot improve it. Start measuring everything today. Your past financial mistakes are just expensive tuition in the school of life. You have already paid the price. Now make sure you actually learn the lesson so you never pay it again. Consolidation only works if you fundamentally change the behavior that created the debt in the first place. Otherwise, you are just moving the trash from one bin to a slightly different one. Precision in execution is everything. Every single dollar you earn needs a specific job description. If a dollar doesn't have a job, it will wander off and get lost in useless expenses. Financial safety isn't about having a high ceiling, it's about having an unbreakable floor. Build your financial floor first, and then you can safely reach for the stars without any fear. Interest is the heavy tax you pay to the world for being impatient. Patience is the ultimate investment strategy. Learn how to wait, and I promise you will eventually win the game. Every single bill you eliminate is a massive weight taken off your shoulders. Feel the lightness in your spirit as we cross these debts off the list one by one today. We are looking for the path of least resistance for your cash flow and the path of most resistance for your debt. We make it easy to save and hard to owe. Do not wait for a financial windfall. Windfalls are rare and unreliable. Systems are predictable and solid. Build a system that wins for you even while you are fast asleep at night. The sun is rising on a completely new chapter of your life. Today, we stop being a debtor to the system and start being an owner of our destiny. It's powerful. Analyze the risk with cold eyes. The greatest risk to your future isn't the volatility of the market. It's staying exactly where you are while the high interest continues to pile up. You must cut the fat but keep the muscle. Your basic lifestyle is the muscle. Your unnecessary debt is the fat. We are getting financially lean and mean starting right now. These numbers on the board are just symbols for your limited time and energy. When you pay off a debt, you are literally reclaiming your own life force from the bank. A budget tells your money exactly where to go instead of you wondering where it all went at the end of the month. Take the steering wheel, drive your own life. Reliability is the hallmark of a true professional. Be professional with your own money. Treat your personal economy with the same respect and discipline that a CEO treats a billion-dollar company. If you do not have a specific plan for your money, the world has 1,000 plans to take it from you. You must protect your financial borders with total vigilance. Look at this interest spike on the chart. This is exactly where the bank is winning the war. We are going to pivot and strike where they are most vulnerable and exposed. The most valuable thing you will ever own in this life is your own time. Debt is just a clever way for others to lease your time for their own profit. Discipline is the only bridge between your high goals and your actual accomplishment. This bridge is built one brick at a time, one payment at a time, every single day. Breathe in the clarity. When you finally simplify your financial life and remove the clutter, every other problem in your life becomes much easier to manage and solve with logic. Math is the only language of pure truth. If the truth makes you feel uncomfortable, do not try to change the math. Change your actions and your habits to fit the truth. Every single time you say no to a useless, impulsive expense, you are saying a loud yes to your future freedom. Make the right choice for the person you want to become. Strategy without tactical action is the slowest route to any victory. These aggressive payments are our tactics. The debt-free life is our ultimate victory. Let's execute the plan now. The trajectory of your net worth is finally moving in our favor. Stay aggressive and stay hungry. Do not let off the gas until every single balance on that board hits zero. Stability is the direct result of preparation. You don't wait to build a shelter until the storm is hitting your face. You build it now while the sun is still out. Your financial health is the absolute foundation for every other part of your life. If your foundation is shaky or broken, your entire house is at constant risk of collapse. Ignore the flashy influencers and the temporary trends. Real wealth is built in the shadows with boring consistency, logical math, and a refusal to follow the crowd into debt. Identify your toxic assets and neutralize them immediately. Debt with a high interest rate is a poison in your system. We need to administer the logical antidote right now. The difference between a survivor and a thriver is having a plan. You have survived the debt for long enough. Now it is finally time to thrive without it holding you back. True peace is like a quiet, open meadow. It is the absence of worry and the knowledge that you owe absolutely nothing to anyone in this world. That is true freedom. Focus all your energy on the logic, not the fear. Fear will freeze you in place. Logic will move you forward. Let's look at the next strategic move on the board. Every dollar is a powerful choice. You can use it to build someone else's corporate empire, or you can use it to build your own legacy. Which one do you choose? This is tactical repayment. Yeru, don't spread our limited resources thin. We concentrate all of our fire on the one target that is costing us the most money and interest. A budget isn't a cage that keeps you in. It is a map that shows you the way out. It's the fastest way out of the dark woods of debt. Reliability is built on the foundation of your daily habits. Make the habit of saving and investing as natural and as necessary as the habit of breathing. Every percentage point we shave off that interest rate is a massive victory for your future. Precision in calculation is the fundamental difference between simply surviving and truly dominating your life. Don't you ever let the banks define your personal worth. Your value is not your credit score. It is your ability to master your own resources and keep your own capital. We are optimizing the entire infrastructure of your life today. We remove the toxic debt, we stabilize the cash flow, and we secure the perimeter of your household against any future crisis. Logic is the ultimate filter for your life. If a purchase doesn't pass the logic test on this board, it doesn't enter your world. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay disciplined. Look at the stillness and the peace here. This is the ultimate goal. A life where the only noise you hear is the one you choose to make on your own terms. Interest is a silent, invisible thief that steals from you in the night. We're turning on the stadium lights and locking the doors. No more stolen capital for the banks. The board clearly shows a path to total recovery. It requires extreme discipline, but the math is undeniable. Success is inevitable if you follow these steps with relentless consistency every day. Most people are living just one single paycheck away from total disaster. We are building a financial fortress so large that disaster won't even be able to find the front door. Reclaim your power today. Every debt you liquidate is a significant piece of your freedom that you have successfully bought back from a system that was designed to trap you. Consistency will always be more important than temporary intensity. A small, logical action taken every single day will eventually move massive mountains of debt that seem impossible to climb now. Stop reacting to your bills like a victim and start commanding them like a leader. You are the CEO of your household. It's time you started acting like one every day. The interest rate is a harsh penalty you pay for staying stagnant. Moving with extreme speed and aggression is the only way to minimize the long-term damage to your net worth. We are systematically cutting the ties that bind you to your past mistakes. Once the debt is gone, you are finally free to move toward any horizon you choose to pursue. Financial literacy is the greatest gift you can ever give to yourself. Once you see the matrix of numbers, you can never be trapped by a clever marketing campaign again. Stability is the luxury of the wise. It is the result of choosing the difficult, logical path now so that your future path can be easy and full of options. Emotions are incredibly expensive and they will drain your bank account. Logic is profitable. When you feel a sudden urge to spend, look at the math on this board instead. Every asset you acquire is another brick in your wall of protection. Every liability is a hole in that wall. You must plug the holes before you try to build higher. We are engineering a massive financial comeback. It is not about luck, and it's not about the market. It's about a superior strategy executed with relentless, daily consistency and focus. A life defined by debt is a life of constantly saying no. A life of freedom is a life of saying yes. Let's get you back to a place of yes. The horizon is clear and the plan is set. All that remains now is the work itself, and hard work is something we definitely know how to handle with pride. Wealth isn't about having a lot of money, it's about having a lot of options. Debt removes your options. Logic restores them. Choose the path that gives you more control. The board reflects your current reality, but your actions today define your future. Let's change the numbers by changing the habits that put them there in the first place. Aggressive, consistent repayment is the only language that the bank truly understands and respects. Speak that language clearly and speak it often until the balance is zero. If you do not take absolute control of your money, someone else will definitely use it to control you. It's time to take back the lead in your own life. Peace isn't something you just find by accident. It's something you build with every logical decision you make today. Build your peace one payment at a time. The math of debt is a dangerous downward spiral. The math of saving is a glorious upward one. We are changing the direction of your life's trajectory starting today. Analyze every part of your overhead. Every subscription and hidden fee is a leak in your ship. Seal them up tight before you try to cross the financial ocean. Discipline is the absolute root of all human freedom. If you cannot say no to your impulses, you will never be able to say yes to your true dreams. The trajectory is locked in. We've optimized the payments and we've minimized the waste. Now, we simply wait for the math to finish the job of setting you free. Safety is the result of a calculated life. Be the person who knows their numbers inside and out, and you will be the person who owns their future. The true cost of something isn't just the price tag, it's the amount of your limited life you trade for it. Ask yourself, is it really worth your time? Strategy is the fundamental difference between a dream and a reality. Our strategy is zero debt. Our reality is coming much sooner than the bank wants you to think. Identify the high-cost variables in your life and eliminate them. Your financial life is a formula, and we are solving for total and absolute freedom. Don't you ever be a victim of your own success. As you earn more, you must save more. Do not let your lifestyle outrun your logic as you grow. The sunset on your debt is finally approaching. Can you feel that heavy weight lifting? That is the sheer power of a logical plan in active motion. The entire system is designed to keep you borrowing and paying interest. Logic is designed to keep you free. It is time for you to choose your side. Your time is your life. When you pay interest, you are literally giving your life away for free to a corporation. Stop the charity to the banks immediately. Precision in your budgeting leads to massive power in your investing. We master the small numbers today so we can move the big ones for the rest of your life. Your future is a blank page. Debt is just a messy scribble from the past. Let's wipe that page clean right now and start writing a much better story. Stability is the rock-solid foundation of all human happiness. Build it on the stone of logic, not on the shifting sand of consumer credit and high interest. True wealth is silent and powerful. Debt is loud and exhausting. Choose the path that leads to a quiet, independent life where you answer to no one. Every logical choice you make today is a vote for the person you want to become. Vote for the owner. Vote for the leader. Never vote for the debtor. We are optimizing the velocity of your capital. Money that stays still is dying. Money that moves toward debt is fighting. Put your money to work in the war. The board looks complex because the world is complex. But our solution remains simple. Cut the costs, kill the debt, and grow the assets until you are free. Look at that horizon. The storm has finally passed. Your finances are now a source of massive strength for your family, not a source of constant stress. A strategic protocol is your absolute best defense against inflation and rising interest. Stick to the protocol, and you will survive and thrive in any market condition. We're building a blueprint for a life without artificial limits. It starts with the foundation, clearing away all the clutter and debris of your past financial mistakes. The math never lies to you. If you put in the honest work and follow the plan, the results are guaranteed. It is the most honest deal you'll ever make. Success is just a long series of small, disciplined steps. You've taken 169 steps already. Don't stop now. The finish line is finally in sight. Reliability is about showing up and doing the work even when you don't feel like it. Stay consistent with your plan, and the plan will stay consistent for you. Every single debt you liquidate is a victory for your family's future. You're not just doing this for yourself, you are fundamentally changing your family's legacy. The architect of your life should never be a banker or a creditor. It should be you. Take back the drawing board and design a life of freedom. Build a fortress of capital so strong that no interest rate or market crash can penetrate it. Security is the highest and truest form of wealth. You are the commander of your own cash flow. Direct your resources with absolute purpose and surgical precision. No more wandering dollars or wasted potential. Peace is the absolute absence of debt. It is the quiet, daily joy of knowing that everything you see in your life, you truly and fully own. The matrix of finance is easy to navigate once you understand the logic. Stop being a player in someone else's game and start being the house that wins. Wealth acceleration requires a long, clear runway. Clearing away your debt is the only way to get the speed you need to finally take off and fly. Discipline is the only law of the land here. Follow the math, ignore the short-term impulses, and watch your net worth climb higher every single month. The engine of your growth is fueled by the capital you save from the greedy hands of the banks. Reclaim your fuel and power your own dreams. The trail is complete. The goal has been reached. You are finally free. This is exactly what logic and discipline look like in the end. Enjoy the view.